he says to Floyd, inside the conference, because we're exposing him that you are not reading the whole thing. And
good evening, guys. Good evening once again. Welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Please do understand that I'm not a politician. I do not have deep knowledge in politics. However, I am a South African citizen who's also a voter, and I do believe that my views count when it comes to political affairs of our beautiful country. No, I couldn't sleep when I saw this. I don't know many things, guys, when it comes to politics, even African politics. I am so super slow because I started paying attention to politics like last year when we got to experience the existence of MK, which like dismantled the ANC. So I became interested. I was like, what is going on? Because it looks like there's a shift in the political space in South Africa. But here's something that I bumped into. And according to this, Julius Malema is actually accusing the ANC of something very, very serious. He said the ANC signed off the unaliving of Gaddafi, the late president of Libya. I was listening to it, I was like, this is serious. He says, if we didn't not do those things, us signing that off, we gave permission to the unaliving of the late president of Libya. Guys, is this true? Somebody please tell me. And he is putting former President Jacob Zuma right at the center of the whole thing that he's talking about. Please, guys, let me know in the comment section. Is this true? Is what Julius Malema telling true? I am going to allow you to watch the video clip. It's about like 4 minutes or so, and you're going to pick up a lot of things from that video. But is it true?
President Putin must come to South Africa. Everywhere else where Putin will be passing, there must be immunity. Putin is not coming to South Africa. Putin is coming to BRICS. And there ought to be that difference where South Africa declares a certain territories as BRICS territories. The way we do with embassies and all of that. No one can just walk into any embassy here and say, no, you want to pull out a person from that embassy. No, it's not South Africa. It's an embassy of the USA. It's a Russian embassy and all of that. Where this meeting is going to take place, we ought to declare that a BRICS territorial area. And then say to these people, there is nothing we can do. He's not coming to us. He's coming to attend.
We did with the UN when the World Summit was here.
Yes. So, and we allow BRICS to proceed. Those arguments by President Lula and all of them, they ought to take place in that context where they can engage as leaders in terms of the types of the formula and the structure that they need to take in order to have a functional multinational body that will be seized with all these matters. ICC is inconsistent, and America is not a signatory, yet wants other people to be signatories and subject them to the law that they do not subject themselves to. We cannot allow that. So if we're going to continue with ICC without it being challenged, it has to be consistent in the application of its laws. They continue to make mistakes. Bushi, now Biden, in their speeches make reference to Afghanistan because it's haunting them. It's haunting them. Iraq is haunting them. Why did they come and kill brother leader here, Gaddafi? For what reason? There was no need. So, and everywhere else they went in the name of peace, they left destruction. There's no mission they took which has arisen in giving sustainable peace. And therefore, we can't say NATO, it's a peaceful organization. It's a war organization. It's a war organization. And unfortunately, we voted for the destruction of Libya. And when we raised that matter in the ANC, and we raised it sharply in the ANC and disagreed with Zuma, that we were told we were disrespectful. We were told we are young, we don't know what we are talking about. That thing is haunting us. He comes to the Youth League conference, he reads half of the resolution of the UN. When Floyd completes the resolution, because Zuma said no flight zone, and then he leaves it there. Floyd screams from the back and says, and any other necessary means. Because any other necessary means is the one that allowed these people to enter Libya and distract it. He doesn't want to read that part. And then he says to Floyd, inside the conference, because we're exposing him that you are not reading the whole thing. And China could not veto the resolution. Russia could not veto the resolution. Why? South Africa voted for it. If South Africa had voted against that resolution, China and Russia would have vetoed that resolution. Gaddafi will still be alive.
Okay, guys, what I wanted to know, if you watched up to here, is this true or not? Because that sounded serious to me. Because if we signed something that led to the unaliving of Gaddafi as South Africa, or maybe it's the ANC, that is something very serious. Please kindly let me know in the comment section. Is it true, or it was just something that came from Julius Malema himself with his own intentions? So I'm looking forward to reading those. If I don't get to respond, I'll definitely react. Guys, and the next time you bump into my videos, kindly watch my ads in full. If you're on Wi-Fi and you have the time, kindly do so. That support really goes a long way. To have a beautiful night.